Hi everyone, we're back from Spain. We've been to Spain quite a few weeks and I've found quite a few things, I can say. I've bought things on the flea market in Spain, which I already showed to you, but then on the way back from Spain, we stayed at a place where we lived before, and there is a big China shop there. And I always love buying things like this, which I can't find anywhere else. It's all kinds of rope. Oh, it's laying far away. And this time I found this red and white, how do you call it? Butcher rope? I don't know. I loved it. And blue and white. And a little thinner. So I've got loads of rope to use in my tags, my journals, and I found these cute little bells, and I'm not specifically liking the color, but I'm thinking to rust them if they will take. So that too. And then I found this lovely, what is it? Is it cotton? Let me see. 70% cotton, 30% polyester. And I quite like this because I use things like this for slow stitching. And I think this is lovely when I stitch over the flowers. So bought this piece. They had quite a few different prints, but I didn't like them, and I love the green, and the pink flowers will be lovely, and here a little bit blue, so I think this will be great. So I bought this too. And then I found this tape, paper tape, on the at that shop too, so don't know what I'm gonna do it, but I think it will be lovely. Maybe print on it or stamp on it. So this is from the shop, so this is new. And now I'm gonna show you what I found on the way back. We had a night in a hotel in Perpignan, and there was a very big flea market there in the surroundings, and we deliberately left Spain on, what was it, can't think, Saturday, and then we slept at the hotel, and Sunday morning early we took our breakfast there, and then we left off to the market, and that was about a kilometer or 1.5 kilometers from the hotel, so that was perfect. And it was a big market with like 150 to 200 stands, and well, like the normal flea markets in Spain and France, lots of rubbish, but in Spain there was almost only rubbish on the flea market. And this market in France was way more filled with good stuff, like pretty decoration stuff, things for in the garden, like well, beautiful decoration, and as well things I love and like to find, like this tablecloth, lovely. I don't even know if it's crochet. Yeah, it's crochet. So this is like a piece of lovely, and I can see myself cutting out these, using in my journals, or maybe making a pocket of this, or using in slow stitching. So this one was one of the purchases. And then I had something else which I loved also for slow stitching, Little bit smaller print, but love the colors. And I also love this on top. This will make lovely strips to use in my slow stitching. So a whole blanket, and I think this was €2, so nothing. This was €1. I don't know if I can remember all the prices, but the prices were pretty good on this market. Then I had this lovely, how do you call this? It's not a tablecloth, or maybe it is, but lovely handwork. Look at the stitching, so pretty. And this one too. I hope the light of the video is good, because the sun was shining straight into my room, so I couldn't leave the curtains open. Let me see, what do I show you next? Yes, I found the cutest little box covered in leather, which was with a little print and a little landscape on top. So took this one with me. I don't know if I can fit everything into the screen when I show you everything. I always love to have like boxes, or in this case I think this is from Turon Nougat. How do you describe this in English? Some kind of chocolate caramel thing that they sell, and I love it because it's from Perpignan, so I like to take this with me as a souvenir. And then I found quite some books, and also this. Originally I think this is a toast stand, but I think this will look lovely on my desk with papers in it, or maybe when I'm working on a new journal with the, yeah, well, we'll see how I use it. Let's put this here. The books. As the market in Perpignan is very close to the Spanish border, it's about 10 kilometers from the Spanish border, it had lots of Spanish books, which I couldn't find on the markets in Spain, but I could find them on the markets in France. So that was a bit funny. This one is from Barcelona. Nice old book with old papers. Small size. You can see that it's not big. And then I found some loose things which I could take, like a book cover. I think it's the back of a cover. An old postcard. I don't think it's really old, but maybe the 80s, something like that, from Spain. And then I found this little book with a leather cover, and it says, I hope you can read it, yes, 1904. So this is really an old one, and this is a Spanish book. You can even see the marbling on the paper. Not much left, but a little bit you can see. And this one, this is a French one. It even has the paper cover. Looks like this without the paper cover. 1931. Nice old papers. Geography from the world. I don't know if the book is printed in this year, but it says program of 1920. So I guess it is 1920. Let's see if I can find, yeah, it's from August 1920, and it has pictures and maps and from talking about the climate, about the different parts, the inhabitants. It even says something handwritten. It smells old. You know, that's typical smell of old paper. Another French book. Unfortunately, it has a very thick sticker, which I can remove, but then it will take all the top layer of the cover. But I might do it and maybe embellish it with something else. This is 1952. It has this. I think this is done when it goes out of, why, specimen. I don't really know what it means. I thought it might be when the library doesn't use it anymore, or maybe someone else knows what it means. But it has it through the few first pages. Yeah. And then it's like kind of a school book. Not that many pictures, but lots of French texts and exercises, and so I think it's an old school book. Something for nous les enfants, for children. This is a school book. Elementaire, for the, I think it's for the first year. Love this. I think there's going to be a journal with children theme or something. Oh, here it has the same. Yeah, the same as the other book. There you go, there you see it. I really like to know from you if you know what that means. Another French book, not that old, but this was included in 4 books for €1, so I just had to choose something to get 4. And I couldn't find 4, so I took something else instead. But this is one of the 4 things for €1, and this one too. L'orthographe française. Not that old, 1967. This is as well for school, to write the answers, and another school book which I liked. And the 4th thing that I chose, if I couldn't find a 4th book, so I saw this picture in this silver frame, and I thought maybe I can take this instead of a book. So I said I'd like to have these 4 for €1, and she said okay, you can take it. And I love this because this is with a, like the glass is not, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Let's try. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. It's like round, not round, but it's lifted in the middle. So really love this. I'll put this. Typical, I think it's Spanish. The frame is made in Denmark. Funny. But these people look to me Spanish, but might be French. Well, doesn't matter. Put them here. And then I found an old guy who had like boxes and boxes and boxes full of old paperwork. And I gathered a bunch and then took them home. So it's all kinds of different things, like card, picture, a little album with postcards from Narbonne in France, a complete book, and lots of paperwork. This is like the administration of a farm, and this is a Spanish paperwork, and it even says the year. So this is like administration from someone. I don't know if it says, no, it doesn't say the year on every paper, but it's like bills and well, like this, handwritten and typed. And I loved about these that they have like these stamps, and then it's stamped on there, and on the stamps it says Administraciones de Fincas de Barcelona. So I really love these. I can't wait to start using them in my journals, and it's quite a lot. I might even consider to make some packs and sell them. If someone would be interested, let me know, because I have lots of these, and I also have something else that might be interesting to put in the packs. Really like the stamps on this, so that's why I took quite a lot. And then there was all kind of different things, handwritten papers and letters, French, Spanish. This is really old. I found the year on this, 1846. Lovely handwriting, very delicate paper. It's also Spanish, I can see. Catalonia, even a nice picture, or it's like a, how do you call it, lithography from, this is a monastery from the castle, the Poblet, number 36. So this was a limited edition. Oh, that's nice. And then handwritten, could be some kind of tidal deeds from Tossa, and that's Tossa de Mar, so Spain as well. And this is printed 1951. Felices Pascuas de Navidad y un prospero año nuevo, to wish a happy new year. So that was all the papers, quite a lot, I think. And then the last thing, which I thought maybe would be nice to include in a paper pack, are these, not quite sure, but it's from a lottery, and it's stamped, and they just are so incredible. My husband thought I was crazy. I was going to buy the whole thing, but the whole bundle, look, and it's like lottery with numbers, and it's all kinds of tickets, old tape, and all stamped on the back from where it is, I think, where it's sold, I guess. Administración de Loterías, Oliver Ramblad. Yeah, it's an address in Barcelona, so I would think that all these all these tickets were sold in that So these would be nice, I think, like ephemera in a pocket, or maybe you can make the pocket from this or use it in collage, or love these. So this is also something I would like to include in ephemera pocket with original papers from Spain, maybe some book pages from the books that I bought, and then some of these tickets. Let me know if you would be interested. I have so many I can share. So, what more? This was all I bought. The only thing I could show you was how far I came with my journal that I made mostly in Spain, in the apartment that we rented. I made the book cover. I showed this earlier in a post. Now I glued it onto the cover. The cover looks like this. Back and front. Inside used Spanish papers. In Spain I also bought a Danish book, and on the way to Spain we stopped in Holland and I bought some Dutch old books, and I bought I think it was a German book as well in Spain on the market. So I used all these papers to collage on all the sides, and then I used all those papers. Let me put it somewhere. I used all these papers as well to have in the books. I also took some papers with me from Sweden, and some of the printables that I already had, just to get me started with something, in case I wouldn't find books with pictures, or if I couldn't find any ephemera. But in the beginning I used the papers to make my own hand painted ephemera, and well, I just started putting more in it every time I bought something. And I also made journal cards already, and I made I took some fabrics with me which I rust dyed, and I made a little envelope with it, which I will include in the journal when it's finished. So this is how far I came with my journal, and it will be 2 signatures. So that is it for today. This is nice brown paper from the bakery where we bought our Spanish bread. Might be nice to have that in there as well. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon, and then with a video of me making something, or maybe showing you other things I bought here in Sweden. But for now, have a nice day and see you soon. Bye bye.